What is up, you guys? My name is Curtis from Sports Gamers Online, and FIFA 23 has finally had its official reveal. Now, there's a lot of things we're going to talk about. There's a few things in the trailer we're going to talk about, and also there is a new FIFA 23 website that we're going to go through and talk about some of the new features coming to this year's game. So make sure you guys sit back, relax, and let's jump right into it. Alright, so the first thing that we do see in this trailer is some of the new atmospheric kind of things that just make it a beautiful football atmosphere, I guess you would say. The first thing we do see is all these people like going to a football match, and these cutscenes, of course, after like 5 games, I just press square or X, whatever you're playing on, and I just skip them. I mean, it's good to have them because they do build that atmosphere around the game and everything like that, but I usually just kind of skip them after like my 10th game. So one of the ones that I do like though is I think they were outside the Bernabeu and you see the Real Madrid scarves, and I really thought that was really cool. There was one with like a PSG flag. It was some really good ones in there, and I'm pretty sure there's other ones, and they always have new ones every single year. Sometimes EA even slips in some new ones mid-cycle, so we'll see whatever new ones, but after a while I skip these. I know everybody skips these after a while. Next is something that we kind of knew that was gonna happen for a while now. The rumor came out that women's club football would be in FIFA 23, and once we saw Sam Kerr on the cover, we kind of suggested, yes, this is definitely happening. So yes, right now there's 2 leagues that have been confirmed. There could be more. Right now, the FA Women's Super League and the Division 1 French League for women are in FIFA 23. So we saw Lyon, we saw PSG, we saw Man City, we saw Chelsea, all those women teams. So, and we saw a lot of Sam Kerr in this trailer. I actually really liked her gameplay. She looked really awesome. This is always a good thing. Women inclusion into FIFA has always been around since FIFA 16. They put in, women into pro clubs. It's just always a good thing, and I'm actually gonna play as a woman on player career mode. I think it would be kind of cool, like a different experience. So I can't wait to check that out. Now, one thing that we saw on the cover from a couple days ago, and now that we're hearing in this trailer by Alex Scott, is Hypermotion 2 technology. So Hypermotion 2, of course, is the sequel to Hypermotion. It is getting this massive upgrade that they say that it's getting. So I'm going to read a little bit about it to you guys real quick. Advances to groundbreaking next-gen Hypermotion gameplay technology with twice as much real match data capture take FIFA 23 to over 6,000 true-to-life football animations. So remember last year they did 4,000 animations, so they added 2,000 animations to the game. So what we were hearing was like they were using real life football games like West Ham versus Manchester United or something like that. I don't know the exact teams, but they were using Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, like they were using that footage and using it as data in FIFA 23. Also, another thing is that they are doing more gameplay features on the other side of things. So they have a new risk versus reward shooting mechanic. I don't know if this mechanic is different from the perfect timing shooting mechanic. If you guys remember, you got to press circle once and then press it again right when your player kicks the ball. I did not like that mechanic. I thought it was dumb. I just think like sometimes when you're fanatically like shooting, it messes your guy and your shot up. So I don't know what's up with this risk versus reward shooting mechanic. Is it a revamped version of that, or is it a little bit the same? I don't know. We're gonna have to see when we actually play the game and when more details come out. With the addition of the women's leagues, we are officially getting 2 World Cups. We're actually getting the Men's World Cup and we're getting the Women's World Cup that is in Australia and New Zealand. Now, of course, the men's are in Qatar, and that one is actually happening this November. It had to happen in the winter, because if you know anything about Qatar, it gets really, really hot there, like super hot. And I don't know, this is what I want to know what's going on with this. Is on the game, is it going to happen during the summer, or is it going to happen for the winter for one season? Because they do the World Cup every 4 years on career mode. So is it going to keep happening in the winter, or is it going to start happening in the summer after the first initial one? So I guess that's a really in-depth question. I would have to ask a dev or whatever, but this is going to be post-launch content with no additional cost. I know. Rewind it back. No additional cost. And this is Electronic Arts. Yeah, I'm not lying to you guys. Honestly, I'm not lying to you guys. You're going to get both World Cups, whether you play them or not, for no additional cost. I would actually play these two. I would do something with the FIFA World Cups, because this is probably the last time Electronic Arts is going to have this license because of the recent split between FIFA and EA. So we're just going to have to check that out. One thing in this trailer that had me just flabbergasted was the fact that Shorty bumped it off her back, like off the back. Like, it was ridiculous. It was like a cross that came into the box, and she just turns around and hits it off her back and sets up a goal. I was like, initially it looked dope, but then I thought about it. I was like, no footballer would ever do that. Like, because if you do it right, it looks cool. But if you do it and it just like kind of slaps into your back and lands just flat on the ground, it's like, why'd you do that? Like, just either you could in that instance chest it, or you could like just trap it and like actually just pass it. But like FIFA went for the swaggier version and like, yo, let's have Shorty turn her back and boom, and like in there we go. I just thought that was funny. I always complain about how FIFA gets faker every year. Well, this is just a new fake animation that they got. I already don't like the fact that like you can send through balls with your chest on FIFA 22. I mean, this is just ridiculous. And towards the end of the trailer, we get to see a few new celebrations in traditional FIFA style that they like to do. I do like the Christian Pulisic one. I thought that was really cool. They have his tattoo. I want to say they have his tattoos on FIFA 22. I forgot. But of course they have his tattoos because that's what the celebration is like really aiming for. You know, he has the two tiger eyes in front of him, so he puts them right in front of his eyes. I thought that was a really cool celebration. You also have a Man City women's player celebrating, and then you have the new Kylian Mbappe big brother celebration. He's like sliding, and then he does like a salute at the end of it. I thought that was really dope too. So they I actually like the ending of this trailer. It was really cool. Now let's jump over to the website and give you guys a lot more information about the features that are coming to FIFA 23. The first thing I want to talk about is the career mode. Now, if you guys know me, or if you know my work here on Sports Gamers Online, you know that I love career mode, player career and career mode, and I really am passionate about these modes, and I really want them to get a lot of love. So I'm gonna read to you guys what they have to say about this year's career mode. Live out your football dreams as a manager or a player in career mode. FIFA 23 brings you the ability to define your personality as a player, manage as some of the football's most famous names, and enjoy a new way to play your season with playable highlights. So I don't really understand what playable highlights are. I don't know if you go through a season and it's just like, oh, you're in the Champions League final, play this. I don't know what it is at all, but I think the personality as a player part, like define your personality as a player, I think that's about the post-match, pre-match, and man of the match interviews that have been rumored. Of course, like I keep saying, they took those things out of, well, they were in the journey mode and they never took them out. They took the journey mode out of the whole game, and now those things weren't in there, because when you were Alex Hunter, you could do those kind of interviews, but now they're putting them back in and calling them new. We know, I had a rant about it earlier. You can check out, you know, everything we know about FIFA 23, even though the trailer's out, but I think that's what that is alluding to, and hopefully that's not the only thing that's coming to player career mode, because I think player career mode just needs a lot, and especially if this is going to be the last FIFA game, I want them to kind of just give a little bit more than they usually do. Whatever you think about FIFA Ultimate Team, I don't like it. If you're not like me and you like it, hey, at least you guys are getting revamped chemistry and a whole new way to build your club and dream team and all that other stuff. Also, they're having like new icons, fan favorite, you know, foot heroes are going to be added to your team. All that stuff, they're bringing all that stuff back. I know they're going to talk more about FIFA Ultimate Team in a different pitch notes, because there's a lot that comes to FIFA Ultimate Team, because that's one of the biggest modes on the game and it always gets so many new features, so I'm pretty sure they're going to talk more about it later. And the last two things we're going to talk about is Pro Clubs and Volta Football. So Pro Clubs, I've been told Pro Clubs won't get too much love this year. You know, last year it kind of got a little bit of love. I think they did like movable positions, they did like women in the game, they improved like the drop-ins, they got all the perks in, the customization to the stadiums. I don't think Pro Clubs is going to get a lot this year. That's just kind of what I've heard. Volta Football, on the other hand, seems like, look, I don't know why Volta Football is still in FIFA. I have no idea. I just don't play this mode. I never do, and I don't really know people that play it that much. If you're somebody that plays Volta Football, please jump in the comments and let me know what you really like about this mode. It is stylish, it is like that, you know, that FIFA Street stuff, but I just don't get into it, and it just seems like they just keep adding stuff to it, and people, I guess people like it because they keep bringing it back. So let me know in the comments what you think about Volta Football. But anyway, you guys, that is all that I have for you when it comes to FIFA 23 right now. Of course, we're going to keep up with all the FIFA 23 news. My name is Curtis from Sports Gamers Online. You can follow me on Twitter at Cali from the Dojo, and I'll check you guys later, all right? Peace. If you guys like the content we do here on Sports Gamers Online, then hit that like button and subscribe to SGO right now. And if you want the most out of your SGO experience, then join SGO Insider.